What do you feel needs to happen for you to start to get basically on more sales calls?
Just by taking more action.
You actually want it. So consciously you want it, subconsciously you don't. How do you feel you showed up this week? And I mean, you already made like the 1K sale. I want to share a powerful transformation with you. This is the story of how my client Chuck got out of his sales slump in one session and what happened after only a week of him fixing his mindset. This was super important, and this is super important, not just to me, but actually to the whole world, because Chuck is a master hypnotist and a sleep expert. And in his career of being a successful meteorologist, I hope I'm saying that right. English is kind of leaving my body again. Come back, English. In his successful career, he fell into all the traps of success. He couldn't sleep, he was overwhelmed, he was stressed, overweight, but he learned how to do that for himself. And now his mission is to share this transformation with other people so that more people can enjoy life and have more fun and have great sleep and more energy. And I believe that the world needs more people doing that and having successful businesses doing that, sharing powerful gifts with the whole planet. So, that being said, let's dive straight into it. Okay, Chuck. So, before we dive into the content, may I ask you something?
Sure.
What do you feel needs to happen for you to to get basically on more sales calls? What do you think needs to happen?
Just by taking more action. I'm getting delayed action too on a lot of things. LinkedIn, it takes about sometimes upwards to a month for people to get back, but they do get back, you know? So, yeah, just taking more action and the right kind of action.
What needs to happen for you to take more action?
Still getting more organized. Like today, I did my forecast numbers in less than an hour.
You answered my question. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
Why or what needs to happen for you to get more organized?
I need to get in the habit of scheduling
Right.
myself.
What do you actually want from this business, Chuck?
I want a consistent income by helping people.
But do you actually want it?
What do I actually want? Um,
Do you actually want it?
what do I actually want? I
Do
want to,
you actually want it?
do I actually want it? Yes, I do. I do actually want it. I don't want to go to work for somebody else again.
Your mouth says that, but your schedule doesn't. So do you actually want it?
Um, looking at the schedule, I would say no.
Right.
But I pull myself in too many directions. I've narrowed it down to three, but
You answered the question. Good. Um, so consciously you want it, subconsciously you don't, right? You did at a certain point, and it showed. What happened when you were getting clients that kind of was unexpected and made you go back to old patterns that are not serving you?
mhm. I've analyzed this over the last week, and I started taking calls from, how do I put this? Well, I'll be rude, from higher maintenance, cheaper people in my area. I
Right.
upped my Google, so I'm getting people that are like, hey, I don't want to pay your price. And by the way, I want 3 extra sessions for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's the consequence of the thing that happened. It's not really the thing, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
happened before that led you to it? What was it? Something like you felt, oh, this isn't what I hoped it was, or did you get disappointed? Did you get scared? Was there a specific event where you felt bad? that kind of made you go back to the old patterns, to the high maintenance cheap people?
Um, no, my high ticket client has been amazing. She's going to rejoin up and probably have me on a retainer at the beginning of the year, which would be great.
Let's focus on that, right? So
Mm.
what happened that made you go back to that?
Um, Sales calls um, that I thought I was following the script and pausing, doing the right things.
Right.
Also, um, allowing myself to be sucked into uh, victim sales call people that called me that wanted therapy right there. But I don't mind giving a little bit of value.
Do
But yeah,
you feel guilty that you're not helping these people?
um, actually, I used to. I don't anymore. No, I feel glad that I'm not helping the those people because they'll never change and they'll never help themselves um, because they want to stay in that victim poor me uh, mentality.
May I challenge that?
Sure.
Okay. That is a big statement to make, and that is also how I felt about my family, and sometimes even about Sandra. I felt like she was never
Hmm.
gonna change, she's never going to improve. We were always going to have the same fights, right? I felt that way about you, Caris. I mean, we're like 4 weeks in trying to create one post. I think I'm hearing myself. I think it's on your end, Chuck, but yeah, no. So 4 weeks in trying to make a post, and I thought, you know what, he's never gonna get it,
That's true.
right? I got frustrated and I like, no, he's never gonna get it. But Caris is on his schedule, he's not on mine.
Hmm.
That's
So
true.
when I let it go and I said, it is what it is, that, I've done my best, it is what it is, that's okay. Here he is showing up this way and
Yeah.
surprising, you know, all of us, including himself,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So it's not that they don't want to change. The fact that they reach out to you, it's a first step. They're not ready to do that yet, right? So,
Hmm.
and for some people, it just takes longer, and that's okay. So,
And
do you
I'm only giving one or two example callers. Most callers aren't that way. And the reason, yeah, they once they reach out to me, they shows that they're on their way and wanting to change.
did you maybe have a sense of I've made it when you got that 3K client, and then when you realized that there's still work to do, was that a disappointment?
Wasn't a disappointment. No, I just kind of said, "Oh, I can relax," and I shouldn't have said that. I should have still stayed in the habit of
Got
posting and everything else.
got it. So it was just the feeling of I've made it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Slow down, and you got distracted.
Yeah. So, and now I'm getting back to those habits, and then I'm amazed. I'm like, "Gee, I made a comment, and I got four people with love, two people commenting, and one message from somebody on a post." And I do that in these insomnia groups. Am I still attracting the right type of people? I thought no, but um, I've gotten a couple that are maybe decent out of there.
Right. And something else that you were also doing the money meditations. I think you were doing only the midday one, right?
The the meditation, yeah. I I was doing three a day, and I got away to because of my busyness of shooting commercials and other things. I got away from that. Yeah.
So it's like if you've proven that you know how to create sales calls and you know how
Hmm.
to and you know how to get clients, right?
Hmm.
It's absolutely not a strategic challenge because you have the strategies, they're in your
Hmm.
palm, right? But the problem is you're looking at the other palm.
Yeah.
You have all the strategy, all the tools that you need, but you need
Yeah.
to look at, right? And it's boring sometimes. Sometimes you just want to look away at something else, right? So you have to decide what's really important to you.
Hmm. Yeah. And, you know, what pays my bills is the weather side of things right now. But I know the potential for what I'm doing with the sleep coaching and the hypnosis can be a higher money making potential.
Yes, but unless you change from within, that's not.
Hmm. Yeah. And I got dialed out a little bit by demands of other people. Um, I just said no for the second time to a lady who's tried 3 times in the last week to get me to MC a 4-hour Catholic school fundraiser to
Unless
raise money for the school. So what I'm saying is
uh,
they want my time for free and they still think I'm on TV. And I don't do that.
it's
Hmm.
not relevant right now to what we're doing. You're just filling space.
Oh, no, no, it is relevant. What I'm saying is I would let people steal my time.
Unless you change from within,
Hmm.
or external environment cannot change.
Hmm.
And it's about doing the uncomfortable over and over and over and over and over
Hmm.
and over again and chasing the uncomfortable consistently.
Hmm. And when I was doing my walking with Chuck, that was 25 minutes, I was getting calls and because I
Let,
was being myself. Yeah.
let that sink in for a moment. Allow
Mhm.
yourself the gift to really hear this and really feel this. This cannot happen if we're constantly filling up the space. We need
Mhm.
we need a moment, some time to allow the reality to sink in.
Mhm.
Otherwise, we're just gonna be living a lie, and we can sit here and hear all the stories, everything, and pretend we're making lots of progress. But unless we allow ourselves to be uncomfortable and sit in the silence with the discomfort,
Mhm.
it's okay to be uncomfortable. Breathe, breathe.
Yeah.
Your subconscious might not believe that you deserve the life that you want, the income that you want. It might believe that you're not ready for it. But is that the truth?
Oh, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I lost focus. There's no excuse, but also a couple sales calls people really frustrated me. And I think that kind of played into it as well. So then the subsequent sales calls, I had to recenter myself and not be in that space.
You never need to sell yourself short, Chuck.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not. I just the people had no intention of buying that got on the call. But
No, I
yeah.
say you shouldn't sell yourself short. What I'm saying, why get on the call with people that have no intention to buy, right? That's why you have the financial qualifiers, or spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes with them. You know what? Or even better,
Mm-hmm.
even better, just stop resisting it altogether. Look, the way that I got, you know, the way that Tripta became a client, it was a succession of weeks of me doing powerful, life-changing coaching with people. And some of them don't have and won't have the financial means to move forward. But I just let that go, right? And I said,
Mm-hmm.
if I will make a tremendous positive difference in this person's life, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the end, ask them, would you like this? Would you like us to continue this, right? And they say yes. And in the next session, we actually, a bit of value, and then we actually go through the full-on coaching session. At
Mm-hmm.
the end, you can actually qualify, like at the end of the call, you can literally qualify them financially and see where they are. That's if you feel that they will do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
But once you start resisting the fact that you're getting so many people that are not financially qualified, and you start to celebrate it,
Mm-hmm.
you will see that you start to get more and more people. Like the weirdest thing happened with Tripta, for example. We jumped on a call because we're in a group together, and she asked for help with Canva, of all things, right? And I said,
Mm-hmm.
let me help. I kind of knew that we would dive deep into the mindset aspect,
Mm-hmm.
but I had no expectations. So I helped her with Canva, then we dove into mindset. She wanted to charge $99 an hour for her coaching. I showed her that her coaching is worth 5 to 10K easily, right? And who are the people that would benefit from that the most? And then, funny enough, the same day we had, like, because I have this group coaching with multiple coaches, she was on the call. She coached me on a challenge that I had.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine, like, because we had scheduled a call for yesterday, you can imagine that I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, is she going to offer some kind of barter? Let me coach you and you coach me, or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Both coaches. I had no idea what was going to happen, right? So I entered this space without any insistence, without expectation. Um, the fact that you got distracted is not a mistake. I think
Mm-hmm.
the best thing that could have happened for you, because now you understand the cost of getting sidetracked, of getting on the phone with, not necessarily even getting on the phone with people that you don't prefer, but really resisting that, because this is a theme that comes over and over and over, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you embrace it and you bless it and you say, you know what, let me just give this person an incredible experience. I'm on the phone anyway with them. Let me give them an incredible experience. And at the end, like, who else would you know that would benefit from this? And really show up with love instead of judgment, because what you resist persists,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
If you bless every single conversation and you look at it as, wow, you know what, this person might not be ready to make a full transformation right now, but they sure as hell made the first step. Let me be the catalyst for that. And they've chosen me with that. That is so powerful. That is so beautiful. And you start blessing that, and you have no insistence, you won't know who has the money and who doesn't. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
honestly.
Yeah.
I talked to that multimillionaire guy. We were supposed to have a call, like that one call that we did together changed his life forever. I guarantee it, 100%. He was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to book a call with me last week. I texted him, he said he was gonna book a call this week. I texted him and asked him, "Look, what's wrong, right? Are you unsure of what you're gonna get in the call? Talk to me." Didn't reply.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. You don't.
Yeah.
I was sure he was going to become a client. Sure.
Yeah. I had a traveling nurse Google call on Monday. I was sure she was going to become a client, and she said, "Oh, I got to reschedule." But she let me know that she was only in town for 2 weeks. But I don't want to be desperate, but I was like, okay, um, I'll check in one more time at the beginning of next week to see if you've scheduled on the link, and there you go.
Yeah.
Enjoy your week. But yeah, I gave her value as well. And yeah, I do have to bless the people, even the ones that are that choose to be still using sleeping pills and using vices as an excuse.
And it's not a judgment on them, Chalk, really. It's
Mm-hmm.
a judgment on yourself. That was my judgment when I was judging, Sandra, I was judging my parents, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't judging them, I was judging myself because I was saying deep down, if I were really that great of a coach, I could have changed these people.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what they need. They, most of the times they just need a bit of love, really.
That's
Mm-hmm.
true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And for them to change, you have to give proof of your change before they will change.
No, you did just give them a hug, really. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
They just need a hug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give them that hug, and I'll guarantee you're gonna get paid.
Okay. All right.
But without the insistence of I need to be paid by you. Start from that state of, and what I was trying to say is that like the judgment, the frustration with attracting like these lower level financially qualified people, the frustration is on yourself because it's like, oh, I'm attracting these people, I'm not a good enough coach, right? But if we were to really flip that around, those people came to you to experience you because there's such a hard case and because only you could add something to their lives in that moment.
Yeah.
Not because it's not a testament of you being a shitty coach or a shitty hypnotist. It's quite the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Hard cases to crack and they're coming to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the universe or the creator or whatever you call it is work in mysterious ways.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't understand, but you will get it.
Yeah. And my first high ticket client came to me on a referral, and this guy's referred 2 clients to me just out of the blue. Same guy, and I was on his podcast twice, and as a thank you to me, he's referred 2 people to me. So there you go.
So you see, you never know what it comes, right? So I would invite you to maybe, if we're speaking about hugs, to embrace this perspective. It's not happening because you're a shitty coach.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's the opposite. It's happening because you are an exceptional coach, an exceptional hypnotherapist, an exceptional sleep expert. And these people are coming to you because they need a breath of air because they feel like they're drowning, and only you can give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not saying you're shit. They're saying you're amazing. I need you. I just need one conversation with you. I just need one hug from you because you're that great. Really. That's
Mm-hmm.
really honestly.
Okay.
How does
Yeah.
that
How's that? What? I'm sorry, you cut out.
feel for you?
Yeah, no, it sets very well, and I have through meditation, slowed myself down in the way of not stressing like I did for a little bit there when I had 2 consecutive calls that kind of brought out the frustration
How
in
does
me.
how does this perspective feel in your body?
Oh, it feels good. It feels excellent. Yeah,
Does it feel more like the truth?
it does. It does.
And
And
the concept of I'm a shitty coach, how does that feel right now?
I know I'm not a shitty coach. I know.
Right. The
And I don't beat myself up. I used to, thinking, oh, I don't know. Now that I know more techniques, I'm like, oh, I see that technique.
right.
Oh, this is better. Yeah. So I know.
The, the concept of I only attract these broke people, these high maintenance broke people. How does that feel in your body?
Different because um it's not the case. Um because I've got a couple others
Right.
that are super well off.
But it's like,
Yeah.
imagine this, like when you're posting content, it's like if the meaning, the definition of like the quality of our definition is the quality of our life, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if the definition of somebody getting on the phone with you that cannot afford to work with you and they're high maintenance, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the definition of them doing that is, oh, I always attract this, right? I must be doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's a feeling in your body that, you get like that gut-wrenching feeling sometimes. Of course, you're not going to want to post content. Of course, you're not going to want to get on sales calls because of what? The definition.
Mm-hmm.
It means I'm doing something wrong, right? Whereas the truth, the true definition is yes, this person is getting on the phone with me, regardless of if they buy or not, because only I can give something to them right now in this moment that will be life changing. Doesn't mean they're going to change their lives in a day. Probably it's going to take years, but that
Mm-hmm.
gift I can provide to them right now in this call, right? So when
Mm-hmm.
that definition, how does it feel to create content and get on phone calls?
It feels more like you're giving and you know give and ye shall receive.
Last week, we dove really deep into how to kind of feel about people who don't necessarily have money, right, Chuck,
Mm-hmm.
and reaching out to you. And we kind of redefined that. How do you feel you showed up this week? And I mean, you already made like the 1K sale. By the way, Karis, Chuck made a 1K sale.
Oh, that's nice.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And you know what? It is what you send out there, because when I wrote honest, true story posts,
Right.
those are the ones that do the best, you know?
Mm.
And
That's why, yeah.
did your new client tell you like what resonated with him? Because he probably check out your stuff online. Like,
The post about um my my wins, that I made, and then the autistic one that I just made
mm,
resonated with him. And yeah. So that lady has not slept. I mean, that autistic boy was kicking holes in the wall,
Mm.
and he's now going to bed early after drawing pictures for me, and then he's sleeping the entire night, and that's 3 nights now that he's done that. So
that's
and the
beautiful, Chuck.
mom's a teacher, so she had to go and teach kids with barely any sleep because of her kid at school. So yeah, she's eternally grateful. She's going to be back again. Oh, I think this, not the Sunday after Christmas, but well, maybe. I don't know, maybe the day after Christmas.
Are you starting to see your value?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. And
I mean, who could say that, right? Who could share a story like that? Who else do you know that can share something like that?
not very many people. And do you know what she said right away? After the first session, she told 3 other people about me.
Hmm.
And that's, you know, referrals are just the most valuable you can get, you know. So now I did raise my local fee per hour. This guy here wants to do 1 in person, 1 online, which is
Okay.
fine. The new guy yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And Cuddy's, he called me up. He may even advertise his roofing company with me as well, which would be an
Oh,
additional solid
$1,000.
$1,000 a month. So
This was a really powerful transformation. I really enjoyed seeing Chuck truly embody his value and his power, and the results came as a consequence very quickly. Now here's what you can expect in the following weeks in this channel. I'm working on another comedy slash coaching sketch, just like the one that you can see right here, and I'll also be posting a new coaching session with a healer who believed she was possessed, but when in fact she was blessed. Comment below what was your biggest insight from watching this video to instantly enter to win one of the 5 weekly coaching sessions, just like this one, where you get to unlock your power and financial freedom. Looking forward to reading your insights, and if you win, I'll be in touch with you as soon as possible. If you've enjoyed this video, absolutely check out this video where myself and this woman's great-grandfather unlock financial abundance in her life in 1 session. I know it sounds crazy, but it's just one of those things that you have to see to believe.